As always, I'm hanging out with Mike.
Hello.
Claire.
Hey.
Pete.
Hello.
This is our week's sister show to Cut Into the Ball, where we bring you the weekly world of the weird as we found on the World Wide Web this week.
Yes.
Nailed it.
Second time.
Don't tell him that, Claire. It's all part of the magic.
Part of the magic.
He's not editing it out this week, so we're keeping it in.
It's all part of the magic.
The illusion.
Have you seen the jellyfish UAPs this week?
Well, they weren't this week, were they? They were 3-4 years
Doesn't
ago.
matter. It's
Yes.
been released this
Yes.
week. It's been brought to our attention this week.
Yeah, weird as fuck.
It's the weirdest shit we've found on the internet this week,
Yeah.
remember?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Jeremy Corbell, big fan of Jeremy. Do you know if everything he says is true? I'm a big fan of Jeremy.
Well, he seems to be at the vanguard of...
He is at the vanguard of disclosure, I'll give him that. Corbell's jellyfish UAPs are real. Giant black jellyfish object filmed by cruise captain in 2020 that plunged into the ocean. Because, obviously we'll get to it, but in Iraq, this thing was filmed floating across an army base.
It was.
I've seen it like turn sort of like almost see-through as well. Like it was on a video.
Yes, we watched the video in the week, didn't we?
Mm.
So a significant surge of interest has surrounded the UAP, Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon, Enigma, drawing widespread attention to the recently released jellyfish UAP footage. Filmmaker Jeremy Corbell unveiled this captivating footage of a peculiarly shaped UAP captured at a United States Joint Operations base in Iraq. So it's on a military base.
Do you know what they remind me of? At the Matrix. You know, the Sentinels.
Oh, the Sentinels, yeah.
A cross between them and the bots in Star Wars.
The probe
Empire.
droids.
Yeah,
The
that's
probe
it,
droids.
They're a bit probe droid like, I thought.
I don't know if you've ever seen the film Battle LA.
Yeah.
There's some floaty thing, like he's the general for the ground troops, and he's like a jellyfish thing going on.
I've seen something similar to that in a few things, to be fair.
It's not an unexplained, it's not a not seen thing in popular culture, is it?
No.
Jellyfish alien. Krang from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Hey.
But still, this is quite creepy. And the fact it's been filmed at a United States Joint Operations base in Iraq, where you'd imagine they've got security up the Kazi,
Yeah.
is quite impressive. Corbell remarked that while the object shape is unusual, such sightings have been reported since the beginning of the UFO phenomena. Confirming its authenticity, the Pentagon has officially stated the object in the video is not a hoax.
Interesting.
Corbell released FLIR footage, forward-looking infrared. If you're a tanky like me, FLIR.
Yeah.
Footage, an airman obviously, they're in tanks, depicting an incursion by an unidentified object tracked over a significant duration in October 2018. He elaborated, stating, the object navigated through a sensitive military installation, eventually moving over a body of water where it executed a controlled descent, submerging beneath the surface. After an observation period of approximately 17 minutes, the UAP resurfaced from the water and rapidly accelerated, surpassing the capabilities of the observation platform's optical scope. The origin, intent and capabilities of this anomalous aerial vehicle remain shrouded in mystery, and it retains its official designation as a UAP, which I think you'll find basically means we don't know what it was, it went in the water, it came out again and fucked off.
Or it's something that, like, you know, special branch have made. They're trying to fly it over their military things to see if they clock it. Yeah, sort of like, you know, like trialing it.
Actually, Claire, I subscribe to that theory.
Yeah.
I really do.
Because, if our military can't see it, it's alright.
Because the USA is the poster child for the military-industrial complex. They spend a lot of money on a lot of shit, and it all fucking works. Right?
$10,000 for a hammer and that.
Yes, exactly. Right? It all works, and people are amazed how good their shit is. But they literally spend fucking trillions of dollars on it, so it's gonna be good. It's a lot of money. Either way, their shit fucking works better than anybody else's.
Yeah, their infrastructure doesn't, because they don't spend any money on it. It's all crumbling and falling apart.
I came to point that with F-22 Raptor. Sorry.
Well, it's great, but if your roads are fucked, your bridges are fucked. And
F-22 Raptor, baby. If you play me Freebird by Leonard Skinner and that thing fucking blasts over, mate, I'll forget everything that's shit going on around me. The eyewitness explained the object was hard to see with normal night vision equipment, and it seemed to block the camera's ability to focus on it. So if you can't focus on it, you can't lock in on it. On the footage as well, the crosshairs never settle on it, which is weird. Because they go where your eyes go.
Interesting.
changes colour as well.
It does change colour. And if no one's seeing it, mate, these things, these UAPs, these UFOs, whatever you want to call them, they've been hovering over our nuclear missile silos for fucking years, for decades, turning off the nukes, turning them back on again,
Allegedly.
setting them to launch, turning them off again. According to quite a few people, including Robert Salas, this thing's been going on for 30 years. These nuclear weapons bases have kind of a special relationship with these things, where they expect them to turn up. They'll even wave at them. They know they're going to show up.
I just say the change in colour suggests a swift alteration in temperature. And apparently no known objects change temperature so quickly.
But no, so back to my original point, Claire. The theory where the Tic Tacs are buzzing the aircraft carriers. Yeah, I think like America's got the best shit, and if this is like top secret branch, who else are they gonna test against? Test against your own boys who've got the best stuff.
Yeah.
And if they can't catch it, whew, this thing's phenomenal. So I do subscribe to that theory, but I still maintain that we've found this shit, and this is.
Wasn't there one going over a cruise ship as well, though?
This is the one, yeah. So they've seen it twice, basically. They've seen it once going through this military base in Iraq.
And the cruise ship
And then
for
the second
17
time-
minutes or whatever.
Oh, they filmed it for ages on the cruise ship.
17 minutes or something they said?
So it went under the water for 17 minutes.
Oh, right, okay.
A jellyfish UAP is not a traditional UAP, but there are sightings of such unusual objects. In 2020, Captain Kate McHugh of the Celebrity Edge cruise ship saw a similar UFO hover over her ship for a few moments, then describes a jellyfish-shaped UFO plunged directly into the ocean. She, to quote her, "And I have a drone on board, so I thought it would be a good night to catch a sunset. I had a drone in my hand and someone said, 'What's that?' We look up and there it was. I put it on TikTok. It looked like a black jellyfish, a gigantic black jellyfish, and then it sailed right over the retreat, directly to the centre line of the ship, right through the centre line of the ship, right through our X in our stack, and just floated through.
Maybe it is a jellyfish.
It's been blown up there by the wind.
And we've never seen it do that before.
You know what? You could be fucking right. I watched this video the other day on octopuses are aliens.
They're what?
Octopuses aren't of this earth. They're aliens.
Some
There's
people
like-
think that, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Because nothing like that exists on Earth.
Right.
And
9 hearts and
they're like the
fucking
most complicated being on Earth.
a beak
Yeah.
and like
The fact-
tentacle.
The fact that they can change colours and mimic their environment, that's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not nothing else on this Earth.
So what do you
other than
think?
Squids,
I think
Cuttlefish are quite close as well.
cuttlefish and squid. Yeah.
thinking about this, I think it's got to be. Is disclosure coming? I don't want to say. the best take I heard on the Miami thing, by the way, was like, hey, if that was the first wave, we fucking repelled that, didn't we? But no, something's got to be coming, hasn't it?
Well, maybe they went over the cruise ship to see, instead of testing against the military, they're just going over the cruise ship to see if people notice them at first, because the military might shoot them down, mightn't they?
Well, it probably would.
So if you go over cruise ships, you're limiting the amount of people that are going to see it. You can discredit it. They're all drunk. They're on a cruise.
It's a valid point. Everyone is pissed on a cruise. I would counterpoint that with...
Well, not the captain, obviously,
Well, maybe. You're sailors. I'd counterpoint that with, like, testing our capabilities is one thing. If it can make its way through a military base and not be seen, that's very concerning.
Flying over a cruise ship.
Flying over a cruise ship might be just like, oh, I wanted to go in the water and there's a ship there.
Just carry on nonchalantly as if they're not there.
I'm here now, listen me.
Well, we have to assume that they're like us, and we go to different planets and we send probes and we look at everything we can, don't we? And try and figure out
Yeah.
shit. So I'm assuming it's like that. Scientific instruments.
There's a theory that the A-bomb actually not only alerted otherworldly beings to our presence in the galaxy,
Right.
it also might have, like, ripped a little bit of a hole through dimensions.
So
Why?
Because after 1947,
I hope it's not the mist.
God, I hope not. After 1947, UFO sightings just explode. After the A-bomb dropped, in 1945.
But then you could put that down to that we've got more planes in the skies. Didn't have that many before World War II, did we?
No, but I mean, just after the A-bombs, like, it kind of announced us on a galactic scale, that blast of energy goes out.
And then we discovered radar, and we can actually detect these things.
We had radar long before the A-bomb.
Long before?
Well, good 10 years. Radar, we had radar. Battle of Britain, 1941, 1939 even.
Yeah.
We'd been working on radar for...
It's not a long time.
It's not a long time. I suppose in wartime it's comparative, I guess.
What I'm trying to say is we can detect these things now more readily, can't we? We've got video cameras and shit, and we didn't have that before.
Yeah.
It was just people seeing stuff in it.
There is a theory that high-powered radar brings down UAPs, interferes with their drive somehow. Or it did back in the day. That's why Roswell happened.
Have we got like telescopes or stuff listening to signals coming in from space?
Always.
Yep.
SETI.
There was one that came through not that long ago that they're not quite sure what it was.
The WOW signal.
Yeah.
That was 70s?
1973, I think.
73. But they never explained that. We always find shit though, to be fair. But
I think there was one very recently. I'm sure I read something the other day.
Could be.
well, NASA this week actually, I should have put this in weird news, I only heard about it second hand, so apparently NASA this week found a planet off with one of the James Webb satellite things, or telescopes, that could potentially have city lights on it.
Ooh.
That's interesting.
How far away?
Quite a way. But we can see further now, can't we?
Well, I've only got to get a message to them. What's it like over there, bro?
Come save us!
You've only got to get a message across.
And hope they've got the technology to receive it.
It
Just
just
because
takes too long, doesn't it?
Just because they've got... Well, mind you, by the time it gets there, they might have the technology to receive it. Who knows? You don't know if they're ahead or behind, do you? If they're behind, we'll just roll in there and fucking steamroll them. Take their resources.
If we're seeing a planet that's 50 million light years away, yeah, that's 50 million years ago in the past we're seeing it.
Yeah.
So if they'll be looking at us and, well, if it was, say, 70 million light years away, they'd be looking and seeing the dinosaurs.
Yeah, fuck.
So as far as they're concerned,
So
the planet's inhabited by dinosaurs.
Man, they're going to have a shock when they get here.
What?
Right, should we move on?
Yeah. Have you guys seen this week? This is crazy.
Secret synagogue tunnels sets off altercation that leads to 9 arrests.
No.
There's this footage of a Jewish guy literally just started with a tweet or an X or whatever you call it nowadays, This guy's like, look, I can hear Jewish people under my house.
Alright.
And he's like, and before you say anything, obviously I don't live in an apartment and I don't have a basement. And then it led to this footage of this Jewish guy just kind of climbing out of a fucking drain that had been broken off in half and just hopping out in an alleyway. And then they found these tunnels, which we'll get into now.
So a video shows a tumultuous scene as a young Hasidic man clashes with the police in the global headquarters of the Chabad Lubavitcher movement in Brooklyn.
Young Hasidic men, there's a fucking riot when the police turn up to fill this in. And they're ripping the panels off the walls. Someone brings out a soiled mattress for some reason. Something's going on down there. It's fucking weird. Sorry, mate, go on.
A decades-old fight about the direction of one of New York's most prominent Hasidic Jewish groups tipped into chaos this week when one faction clashed with the police over a tunnel that's secretly built to the movement's main synagogue. The tunnel, a passageway between the headquarters of the group, the Chabad Lubavitcher movement, and at least one adjacent property, was first discovered late last year. But on Monday afternoon, after a cement truck was brought to fill it in, some Hasidic men attempted to block the effort. The police were called and the officers said they found a group of men breaking through a wall of the prayer space that led to the tunnel. After a resulting confrontation, which included skirmishes with officers, 9 people were arrested, according to the Brooklyn District Attorney's Office.
This is crazy. They're literally as the police turn up to enforce the filling of this tunnel, they're ripping the wall off and they're bringing shit out and blocking the police from getting in. And it's like, well, what the fuck's been going on in there?
Why haven't the police just stormed it and gone, what's
Well, they
going
did
on
in the
here?
end, and there was scuffles and everything. But the thing is, news on this. This happened 5 days ago, and the last article I could find when I googled this earlier today was from. It happened 6 days ago, and the last article I could find was 5 days ago. It's kind of a little bit buried.
So something Jewish is going on.
Something. Well.
Right.
You've got to wonder, because these tunnels run for a bit longer. It's not one building to another. It runs a couple of buildings over. Yeah, well, what's been going on? Why are they trying to defend these tunnels? Why are they trying to stop people seeing what's going on down there?
Something doesn't sound kosher to me.
Hey! You know what? There you go. It turns in, as I take it off, it becomes a crown to a tiara.
Beautiful.
There you go. It's weird, man. It's like this. Is there some? It's a religious organisation. What's the first thing that jumps to your head?
Cult.
Apart from that, what's the religious organisation with secretive tunnels? What's the first thing that jumps into your mind?
Illegal circumcisions.
No.
Child trafficking?
Noncery.
Yeah. Noncery. That's exactly. That is, you're right. Yeah, what are they trying to hide?
Soiled mattresses.
Tunnels underneath.
I'm not saying it is, I'm not saying it isn't, but there's only one reason you've got people defending a series of underground secret tunnels, and that's because something, as Claire said, unkosher is happening down there.
Yeah. Is that right?
Weird. Definitely weird.
Yep.
Well, we'll keep our eyes peeled and see if anything else comes out on that, innit?
Yeah, I'll keep looking.
Okay, we've had the old Asparamancer before on Weird News, haven't we?
Yep.
And is it a he or a she?
It's she.
She's revealing her 2024 prophecies. A popular British psychic medium who uses asparagus to forecast the future has revealed her predictions for 2024. Affectionately known as the Asparamancer, Gemma Pickington's process involves tossing a bundle of vegetables into the air and then...
Divining.
Parkinson's process involves tossing a bundle of vegetables into the air, then dividing forthcoming events by observing how they land.
Well, you know what? Of all the fucking attempts to divine the future, why not throw some asparagus in the air? Fuck it.
I can't remember if she got any right last year.
No, she didn't.
So what she said this year then?
Her unique technique has made her something of a celebrity in England, and she has been credited with predicting both elections of Donald Trump as well as the passing of Queen Elizabeth. So look, she has got a couple of things.
The
hasn't
passing
she?
of Queen Elizabeth isn't a fantastic one, though, is it? She
No.
was 90-something. She's going to die at some point.
Also, the election of Donald Trump, 50-50 in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With another new year upon us, Packington recently performed the annual asparagus toss. While a fair number of predictions reportedly put forward by the Asparamancer are admittedly rather vague,
No shit.
such as a regime change in countries around the world and turmoil in the Middle East reaching breaking point.
Well, that's once a decade.
Yeah.
Once a year.
Let's face it, turmoil in the Middle East, once a decade for the last 40 years.
You've
Come
just
on.
got to look at the news recently, haven't you? It's not hard to predict that, is it?
No.
Undoubtedly, her most eyebrow-raising forecast for 2024 is the United States will have the first female president.
No, it's not going to happen.
No.
And it won't be Kamala Harris.
So that means it's going to be Nikki Haley. And she's not going to beat Trump, so no.
No?
No. Trump's fucking...
Nailed on for that,
Yeah.
isn't he? The Oilers are fighting us not to be number 2, basically.
Well, the Packington...
Unless he dies. And
You know, that's a possibility.
running it,
Hmm.
He is like a McDonald's, isn't he?
a KFC and a Burger King and... Does his fast food, doesn't he?
He does.
Donald Trump.
Does he?
Oh, yeah.
Didn't he have people over to the White House and he got them a Macca's in?
Yeah.
Good lad.
You know, yeah, I can't agree with that, to be fair. So we could have a steak dinner, or I could just get you a Macca's. I'd be like, alright, I'll have a Big Mac, mate. Go on. Are you paying?
Taxpayers paying.
Fuck it, same thing. I'm a taxpayer.
So, Packington also hinted that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will end up separating this year.
Well, again, that's a 50-50, isn't it?
Could be, couldn't it?
Other predictions offered by Asparamancer for the new year include a downturn in the popularity of celebrities and influencers.
Hopefully.
I like that one.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I like
Let's hope.
that.
Well, after that Muppet on bloody Homicide to get me out of here, if she's an influencer, bloody hell, there's no hope for the world, so hopefully they are
Was she
taking
the
a
one that
downturn.
said everything was racist?
Oh, she's a dick and a half, she is. Honestly. You only had to say hello to her and she was like that. What are you bringing up my dead dad? You're being racist. Honestly, she was terrible. She was fucking... Oh, she put so many words into everybody else's mouth.
My dad used to say hello to me in the morning.
Well, what's her French dude name? Antoine de Beck. No. Was it Antoine?
I didn't
I've
No,
heard
know
that name before.
No, it's not Antoine de Beck. Who's that fucking one who does the dating show? That
Oh,
First
yeah.
Dates.
I just still don't know.
I don't watch it, but I know who he is 'cause you see him. Either way, he said to her basically he was old enough to be her dad,
Right.
and she was like, and she took it as him saying, "I could be your dad." Even though a couple of days earlier she'd poured her heart out how her dad had died a few years back and that. And then, but it was like, but that's not what he said. And that's not how he said it. That wasn't the context he said it in. Because she was going and bitching to everybody else saying like, yeah, he basically said he could be my dad. Oh, you know how heartbroken I was over my dad dying. Oh.
Sounds terrible already. I'm glad I don't watch it.
But it was just like,
Sounds
well,
like she got daddy issues.
she's got fucking everything issues, mate.
She might well have, Claire. You're right.
No, she's got, like I say, then she was accusing people of being racist and that, and oh,
To be
she's
fair,
a
Nigel
dick.
Farage was in the camp.
Yeah, but he wasn't being racist at all. She was asking him questions. He was trying to give his point on it. She'd then take what she wanted out of the sentence he'd said, and made it sound like he was being racist.
He's a cunt, man.
Not as much of a cunt as you'd have thought he was, actually. He's
He's
only as much of a cunt as the media showed you him to be. When you
He's-
see him as a
he's
person
a cunt.
normal, you can't fucking pretend for that long.
He's a man of the PayPal, mate. He's nothing. He's not a man of the people. He's anything for fucking money.
Who isn't? Who isn't? You know what I mean? You can't. Who isn't? Really? Everyone is the fucking for the money. No matter what you're doing.
Not even pretend to be a man of the people. I'm not.
You would if you thought it'd get you enough money.
No. You have some principles in life.
Anyway, I hope there's
Yeah.
a downturn in the popularity
Yeah.
of them cunts.
Fingers
Yeah.
crossed, eh?
In all fairness, absolutely. You know, you want a good money gig, by the way. all you do is, if we pool our money, we could buy the front end of a jet, just the front end, hire a warehouse or a little place to keep it, brick it up, put some tropical fucking scenery or some sea behind it in the windows.
For selfies.
For selfies, by influencers. Some dude does that in the US, makes like 300 grand a year.
Fuck off.
Yes, it is.
Let's do it.
He's got it's a normal little shed.
Get your boob money.
It's got like the front end of a plane and a bit of a wing and an engine.
There
Right?
only needs to be a Cessna.
No, it's like a bit of a private jet.
Yeah.
So that's going to cost you the main bit. But he spent something like 30 grand on that because we've got the scrappers. So he bought it at the scrappers. It's like a wing and the front end. They take their picture at the window, you put a background behind it, taking their selfies, tray with champagne, get someone to... Claire can be an air
You
hostess.
don't even need that. People use toilet seats.
I know, but
There's
this
a
is
window for the
a
airplane.
more authentic experience for
Yeah.
them. Because it's their experience too.
Yeah, but why would you want to do that instead of actually going to the place?
Because it earns them a lot of money.
Yeah, and it's a lot cheaper. It's all bollocks.
What?
Ridiculous, innit?
But yeah, he spent about 30-40 grand on basically renting the place, or buying the place, buying a shed, and the most expensive part was like the wing and the front fuselage of an airplane. Get someone to put a pilot's uniform on, stand by him, that kind of thing, you know. On a private plane to Barbados, all that shit. They'll pay for that because they'll get them followers and get their money.
Right, what else is she predicting, Claire?
A lessening of stigma around mental health.
For fuck's sake.
Well, that's getting better year on year.
She's
so
really,
that's not
really
hard.
clutching at straws, isn't she?
No, she's clutching at asparagus.
Yeah.
And hard times for public figures exposed as criminal.
No
Okay.
shit.
Oh,
Okay.
Prince Andrew.
No shit.
And TV personalities who will find themselves being fired. So it's so vague, isn't it?
Very vague. Yeah, she's
Yeah,
shit.
the public figures exposed as criminals come out as with the Epstein list, which we all knew was coming at some point.
Now, apparently, for a forecast for last year, she got 11.5 out of 20 that wound up being largely accurate. Well, that's only just over 50%, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, you know, if she's a true seer, then it'd be 100%, wouldn't it?
Well, this is always the argument, isn't it? If you're psychic, you should be fucking right all the time,
Yeah.
shouldn't you? Why aren't you a millionaire and win the lottery several times over?
Because they're ethical.
Well, fuck that.
I won't use my powers for the greed or...
If you can't use your powers for evil every now and again, what's the fucking point?
In it.
Load of bollocks. Moving on.
Okay. Loch Ness Monster not alone, a secret beast hiding in UK lakes. Legend or myth, one expert believes Nessie might not be alone and other undiscovered brutes are just waiting to be discovered. Oof. Britain's waterways full of beasties.
We beasties.
What's the water horse called? The Kelpie. Where it comes ashore as a horse and you're like, yeah, I'm going to get on that horse. Kind of seduces you to get on the horse. And then you're holding on to it and it rises into the sea and drowns you because you can't get off. Magically.
I've
That's
heard
an
of
Irish
kelpies
myth, isn't
before.
It is my favourite. Andy McGrath.
McGrath.
McGrath, we're going to say McGrath. Believes there are more than a handful of similar beasties swimming around our watery depths. He's documenting sea serpents and other, quote, living fossils said to be living in bodies of water across the UK. It would mean Nessie, whose existence is still up in the air. Is it? £20 million a year for Loch Ness? For selling a few fucking stuffed toys? Believe me, if there was a beast of fucking Dorley, and I'm not talking Big Tracy, then I'd be fucking marketing the shit out of that myself, wouldn't you?
What are you on about? There is.
Yeah, Big Tracy, we don't call the beast
No,
of Dorley
no.
to her face.
No, the Beast of Dorley, you know, that the pools in
The
Dorley.
big cat.
Oh, that one
Oh.
that's occasionally spotted that we need to make some footage of, that we need to film.
Obviously. So obviously for the people across the world, if they want to come to England and experience the true beasts, there's one just down the road from us. You can come and see it if you want. We'll take you. It'll only cost you £1,000 for what? We'll say 2 days of us taking them around.
on a Beast of Dory spotting trip.
Yeah, that's how we'll play
And
it.
then we'll
like.
go to the Crow and we'll see how where Dory's second beast is.
Yeah, we can see Tracy.
Big Tracy.
Big Tracy.
Yeah.
£1,000 for 2 days.
Skinny
That's a
Tracy will be there
bargain.
too. Yeah.
Just to balance it out.
That smacky friend. Is it?
2 Tracys can't exist in the same space and time pub. We
Tra-
know this.
Big Tracy drinks. Skinny Tracy jacks up.
2 Tracys can't exist in the same time and space. There's only ever 1 Tracy per group, 1 Tracy per pub, 1 Tracy per social gathering. You know this.
Okay.
So the fundamental laws of the universe.
Okay. Tracy's Law.
Exactly. You've heard of it.
Yep.
McGrath has spoken of the possibility of other lesser-known creatures in the likes of Falmouth Bay and Lake Windermere.
Well, yeah, Lake Windermere is pretty fucking big. But nobody's ever said they've seen a Nessie in there.
Yeah, well, beasts expert McGrath told the Star. I'm assuming that's the Daily Star.
What makes him an expert?
Well, the same as it makes any. The same as
He's a monster expert.
exactly the same as being an alien
Bigfoot
expert
hunter.
or a Bigfoot expert makes you an expert, isn't it? It's just fantastic. You get the name expert stuck on your name in this shit, and you're making £200 an article.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got to start printing out them certificates.
Fuck me, we're pretty much experts at this point. The amount of shit we've looked into over.
Yeah.
Now, he told the Star, anyway, after visiting Loch Ness and other lakes and studying the innumerable arguments regarding the possible identity of this, quote, creature, I personally hold to the conviction that Nessie and friends, which I'm sure I watched as a child, most generally fall into the category of a plesiosaur-like animal, which is an extinct aquatic lizard, or some other closely related living fossil. Those friends of Nessie include plenty of other, quote, mysterious waterbound beasties, quote, and the, quote, swan-like neck on the hump of a strange-looking blob in Cumbria, a cause for concern. The alleged sighting of the monster of Lake Windermere was captured by Eddie Williams, an expert, quote, expert McGrath, says the sightings and photographs from the encounter resemble that of a plesiosaur. Strange how they never saw that plesiosaur when the dam busters were flying 60 feet over it with cameras recording pretty much constantly for a month.
Where's this picture of the Lake Windermere?
They're not showing us.
They're not showing us that. They're not showing us that picture. You can go and find it if you want to, listener.
Yeah, I've
Go and
never.
have a check out on that. Monster of Lake Windermere. A sighting back in 1876.
Fucking hell.
Exactly. Allegedly had 2 fishermen encountering Morgwa, the beast of Falmouth Bay. They were not the last to see the beast either, with sightings as recent as 2000, when Irene and Derek Brown claimed to have spotted the water-based dinosaur, which was like one of those creatures you see from 1960s films, the couple said. An account of the beast notes a flexible, periscope-like neck and several humps on its back. And of course, not as famous, but just as elusive as Nessie is the Thames River monster Tasman. Tasman the Thames... Never heard of that one.
I haven't heard of that one, have you?
Tasman the Thames River monster, which McGrath has previously hunted, but she's so elusive she obviously gave him the fucking slip. 3 weeks of sightings in 2016 had led some to believe there were 3 humps moving around the docklands of Canary Wharf. No doubt trying to eat bankers.
Yeah.
Many a banker was lost.
In the
2016
Yeah.
Tasman sightings. McGrath added many other exotic locales around the world also boast their Nessie-like inhabitants. These sightings have prompted McGrath to pen the Nessie and Friends book. Earlier this year, DNA testing threw up a new theory surrounding the Loch Ness Monster, and another sighting claimed it to be the clearest yet. Wow. Still all them people about, and no one's actually getting a decent photo.
no.
I'd like to believe it's true though, innit? I think they'd be quite cute. I don't think they'd...
They are until it rips you in half.
No, I don't think they'd be like dangerous towards us and nasty, aggressive. Because they're fish eaters, isn't they?
Well, when a body washes up ashore, then I'll believe it.
Well, there was the early sightings of the Loch Ness Monster back in the 1400s where it killed a couple of people trying to get across the loch, and then that priest rode out and told it to fuck off, and it did.
See our Nessie episode.
Yeah, so that's an early one, that is our Loch Ness episode. But I love how he's an expert. I think it's fantastic. Well, I'm an expert on UFOs by this point, surely.
Yeah.
I've got to be. Come on, we're all Pete's an expert on Bigfoot.
I'm like the world leading expert on Bigfoot, I think, by now.
You might as well be. I mean, you can claim that. Every other fucker
Yeah.
does.
Oh, I have. I just did. That's
Boom.
it. Yeah. RPG, eat your fucking heart out, mate. He's apparently a Bigfoot expert. He
Yeah.
calls himself RPG. Thinks he's a fucking grenade launcher.
Okay, well,
Moving on.
yeah.
Naked man seen occasionally covering genitals as he roamed UK city in freezing weather.
No, I guess what I say there's no evidence this was me. Alright? Okay?
He's only occasionally covering his genitals.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta warm them up.
The unidentified individual bared all when he wandered through Moseley, Birmingham, down Alcester Road as members of the public spotted him occasionally covering his genitals. One eyewitness claimed the man had been intermittently holding his hands up against his nether regions as he sauntered around the city. He was seen outside of the Sorrento Lounge by a stunned member of the public.
I was trying to warm his hands up. I was trying to warm my hands up. I mean, he was trying to warm his hands up. And also, you're on a show, you know, you don't want to be too cold, do you?
Well, it was 3 degrees C and he was...
I'm telling you, it was a bit chilly that day. Wind chill was on. I mean, Moseley, I have no idea. I wasn't there.
It is not yet known who the man was or why he was wandering the streets in the nude in the plummeting temperatures.
I was testing myself. I mean,
Did the
Definitely
police
not
come?
you, Ben.
no.
Don't think so. I think,
Oh, he just disappeared.
yeah.
No, you're right. It's definitely not me. Thank you for that.
They didn't catch you on
Yeah.
They catch me on camera because you know
That's
what, Pete? I'm a fat ninja.
He's not got much meat on him, hasn't he?
He has not.
He has a chicken wing.
You were hoping to see a schlong, weren't you? Yeah, you were. Look at her face.
They can't look at her face, Pete. They can only hear her.
It's just because you said the word schlong. I smile anyway.
To be fair, I always go slong. Nothing's like the word.
So if it's small, is it a schlittle?
Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, I think that's accepted, isn't it?
Or a schmall?
Have a vote on it. Schnitzel.
Schlittle. There we
What
go.
sound of that?
Yeah.
Someone with a little willy, it's a
Unanimous.
schlittle, not a schlong. There
We
you
carry
go.
that unanimously, right? Just never slittle from now on.
We're coining that one.
Yep. Well, more than anything, I'm glad that I wasn't caught on camera that
Yeah.
day. Even if I was
That
there.
makes you wonder why. Was he maybe at a stag do or something and they'd stripped him fucking naked and just left him in the middle of nowhere like, get home now, you twat.
To be fair, it was a Sunday.
Early
He
morning
might have been
or-
escaping from an illicit
Oh,
lover's
well,
house.
this is throughout the day, isn't it? Yeah, shit. What time was it?
It's
Yeah.
judging by the state of the Sorrento Lounge, I'm guessing it's the morning.
Yeah, he's jumped out a window, hasn't he?
Yeah, he was banging someone he shouldn't have been.
It's got to be something like
We
that,
could be a
isn't it?
skagger that sold his clothes for skag.
Or he could have been a skaghead that sold his clothes to skag. Or he could have been having sex with someone he shouldn't. Maybe he just wanted to fucking run naked like a true
That's
British
it.
eccentric should. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Maybe he just wanted to feel the wind through his pubes.
Exactly. That's how I feel every Sunday morning.
In the middle of January.
Middle of
That's
January.
just sent a total shiver down
Doesn't
my
matter what it is, that's my equivalent of an ice bath.
He's a brave bastard though, isn't he?
She's setting a new trend. Fuck the ice baths. Let's go for a nice
Yeah, let's go for a nude
brisk
jog.
nude jog.
Why not? My but it happened in ancient Greece all the time. What was the worst that happened? Probably nothing. Bring back nude jogging.
Right, and finally,
So is this distinct?
Distinct.
So there's a distinct possibility Bigfoot is responsible for mangled deer with twisted neck. experts say.
Pete, you haven't told us about this. What's going on?
Well, I'm telling you now.
Is this your own field notes?
So, I said, sorry, Bigfoot experts have weighed in whether a mangled up deer corpse discarded with a twisted neck and its bones removed could have been the work of an elusive beast.
Or a predator.
What's it gonna do?
Chupacabra.
It's not going to remove the bones and twist its neck.
Might
They do.
do.
They
remove
suck-
the- They do. The
No, they
predators.
suck out the bone. They suck out the blood. Chupacabra.
Chupacabras. Predators, yeah.
Predators, yeah. They take the skulls, don't they?
Yeah, but it's not taking the skull. It's just twisted its neck. So that
Okay,
rules. It rules out
Right,
predator. I'm afraid.
Maybe he was a sexual predator.
So-
Who gets off on strangling deer.
Images of the gruesome scene were shared on Facebook earlier this week by Dean Puppe, I'm going to call him that because I don't know how to say it, who explained he stumbled across it in some woods in the northern part of Michigan's Lower Peninsula. He said that it was the same place where he had sighted the Bigfoot in July 2022. Today, Monday, January the 8th, I went out before we are supposed to have a big snowfall tomorrow. There, on a 2-track trail, I found this deer body, he explained.
That is a
fucking
pretty...
hell.
Damn!
Whoa, that's deep.
Mangled.
For the listeners who's maybe not look up this article, this deer's head's like twisted all the way around, man. It's,
Like a couple of times.
that's
Yeah.
that's a deliberate neck snap, in my opinion.
They really have twisted it. It looks like a fucking Twizzler. His
Turkey
its
Twizzler.
neck looks like a Twizzler. So, it was mangled up pretty bad. No bones except part of the skull. Further looking, I found some of the bones a little ways in the woods in 2 spots. The one eye was sunk way into the eye socket. The head was twisted around a couple of times by the neck. All that was there was the hide and head. And like I said, the hide, it was just the hide and the head, so all the bones were removed.
Yep.
Yeah, so cryptozoologist Andy McGrath, another McGrath.
He's the same
Yeah.
dude.
Was it him?
Yeah, same
Oh,
dude.
So Andy McGrath, the beast expert, he's getting around, isn't he?
He is.
Fucking getting around. So he says his research into Bigfoot forms and types around the world suggests that the beast would likely be omnivorous and subsist on a diet very similar to that of bears.
Oh, so stealing picnic baskets.
Yeah, so
It really is. There is just, it's just the pelt of a fucking deer, basically.
There is a possibility that it could just be some kind of fucking sick hunter's little fucking marker.
it could have been collided with a vehicle.
What, all its fucking bones dropped out?
No, and then
Landed in 2 piles up the road.
and then predated by smaller animals.
Yeah, you are right.
Aliens. Can I just
Aliens
throw
have
that
got
out there.
Claire, thank you.
Yeah. But if he's telling the truth and he spotted a Bigfoot in that kind of similar spot a year ago,
Yeah.
fair, like, you know what I mean? If it's a known Bigfoot area and they're
Oh, look,
genuine,
The bone, sorry, Pete. There's a picture there. The bones are to one side, so no one's taken them.
no, he said that. He said he found the bones up the way a bit.
Still, carnivorous animals don't tend to just dump the skeleton of a fairly intact skeleton and just pop it out a few metres down the road, do they?
It's strange.
It's weird. That's
But
what
it's got to
weird
be
is.
something that's got fucking some serious strength.
Oh, it's aliens.
It's got to be something that's got some serious strength either
Or
way,
technology.
isn't it? Yeah, I guess.
Fuck. Well, either way, that's a
Fucked
weird
up.
one, isn't it?
It's
I
a
mean,
fucked up one.
if
that,
the
yeah.
skeleton was missing, I could kind of understand that in a way. Or you just found the skeleton.
Or he could have forged the whole thing.
And found the deer carcass.
Yeah, decided to
stripped
make
it,
it look as
twisted
Yeah.
it around a few
It
times.
could have done that. It could have been some other kind of like hunter's little trick, couldn't it? Like, I don't know. I'm going to freak someone out along the way. Just found this deer car because it's fucking
Could
up
be.
a little bit. Could be a cult.
or it could be Bigfoot.
Could be Bigfoot.
Could be Loch Ness.
Ah.
I don't know how close he is to a lake, but maybe.
Very close, like
Could be Nessie's.
There we go.
It could be
boom.
Nessie's Michigan cousin. Then
Mm, yeah. Michigan Bob.
Got the Great Lakes there, haven't they?
Yeah. True.
No, I can't see it being that.
Alright. Alright, Claire, cheers.
Piss on my chips, why don't you? Fucking hell.
Yeah, what's over for Michigan Bob? You fucking pissed on it.
Was it the name you didn't like?
No, all of it would just make my face screw up and just go, no, I can't even buy that.
See, this is where I always wonder with Claire. It's like, does she actually know me? Because I wasn't being serious.
I know,
I was.
Yeah, you were.
We're going to get some t-shirts out of it.
Well, anyway, we're going to make some t-shirts about the Dawley Beast. So if
Yeah.
you get in contact if you want to come see the Dawley Beast.
Yeah. You stay at Pete's house. As an Airbnb.
Yep. I'll only charge £1,000 for 2 days,
Ride the Dawley Beast.
and that gives you full exclusive access to all the Dawley Beast hotspots. I'll take you there.
What, Big Tracy's house?
I know, Tracy.
Riding the Dory Beast was Big Tracy.
On that bombshell.
On that bombshell, look out for them, keep an eye out for them jellyfish UFOs. UAPs even.
Yeah.
Oh, we might thanks for listening. Peace out. May the force be with you.
I've been Claire. It was well, I just don't read it.
And I've been Pete. Yeah. Just keep an eye out for Bigfoots, man. They're out there, I'm telling you.
He's an expert.
I'm an expert.